Everyone thinks they already know all of Aldi's secrets, but behind those super cheap shelves, there are still things most shoppers never hear about. From secret internal rotation codes to unadvertised golden hour markdowns and even imported items that are actually cheaper than local products but fly under the radar. If you thought you were already shopping smart at Aldi, these next 13 secrets will completely change the way you look at the store and probably save you a lot more money than you ever imagined. Pause for 3 seconds and hit the subscribe button to stay updated with the latest videos. 1. Aldi has secret golden hours for markdowns that staff never announce. Lots of regular Aldi shoppers still have no idea that every store has special moments when huge discounts suddenly appear out of nowhere. These aren't the big advertised promotions you see in flyers or online. Here's why. Every single day, employees go through all the fresh items to make sure only the best-looking products stay on the shelf. Anything that's getting close to its date, but still perfectly good, gets a new, much lower price so it doesn't go to waste. Because this happens according to the store's own rhythm and not on a fixed schedule, almost nobody knows the exact timing. Experienced shoppers, however, have noticed that late afternoon is the most likely time. That's when meat, salads, fruit, and bread get their final check before the store closes for the day. Early morning is another sweet spot, right after staff finish restocking from the night delivery. If you want to catch these golden hours, try visiting in those 2 windows for a few days in a row. You'll start seeing serious markdowns on staple items. Smart savers plan their fresh food shopping around these times, getting top quality at rock-bottom prices. Aldi never talks about it, but it's one of the biggest keys to shopping there like a pro. 2. Imported doesn't mean expensive at Aldi. Most people automatically think anything imported, especially from Europe, has to cost more than local products. At Aldi, the opposite is often true. Plenty of items that come straight from Europe, especially Germany, are actually cheaper than similar things made domestically. The reason is Aldi's supply chain and private label strategy. Instead of going through layers of middlemen, Aldi deals directly with overseas manufacturers and brings in massive container loads. That keeps shipping costs low, so German chocolate, coffee, cookies, sausages, and many other made in Germany or made in Europe products end up priced the same as, or even lower than, big American brands. You see the fancy European label and expect it to be pricey, then you look at the price tag and can't believe your eyes. On top of that, Aldi mixes these imports with super local fresh items. Produce and meat usually come from nearby farms, which keeps those prices low too. The result is the perfect balance. Imported specialties at everyday prices and ultra-fresh local stuff that doesn't travel far. Next time you spot a European label, don't walk away thinking it's out of your budget. At Aldi, many of those imports are actually the best value on the shelf, often tastier and more consistent than mass-produced domestic versions. That smart mix of local and imported is a huge part of why Aldi can stay so cheap. 3. The Aldi Finds aisle has a secret rotation code system. If you've ever shopped the famous Aldi Finds aisle, you know the products change completely every week, and it feels like a treasure hunt. What most people don't realize is that nothing appears or disappears randomly. Aldi uses an internal rotation code system to decide which items stay, which get extra days, and which get pulled fast. Every single Aldi find has its own tracking code. That code tells the store how fast it's selling, how much interest it's getting, and how much is left in stock. Based on the data, top performers might stay an extra few days or even a full week. Slow movers get marked down or pulled back to the warehouse in as little as 48 hours. That's why one day you'll see something super popular, and 2 days later it's gone with no warning. Aldi wants the aisle to always feel exciting and urgent. When an item starts slowing down, the rotation code automatically moves it to a lower tier and staff slap a discount sticker on it or bundle it into clearance. Pro tip: if you notice a price tag with a slightly different color, border, or a weird little number you don't usually see, that's often the sign it's entering the rotation phase. That's your cue to grab it now, because if you wait until tomorrow, there's a good chance it will have vanished from the shelf completely. 4. The must-buy items at Aldi. When people talk about real bargains at Aldi, there are certain products that regulars swear by because the quality is way higher than the price suggests. The cool thing is that most of these are Aldi's own store brands, yet they come very close to, or sometimes even beat, the big national brands you see in regular supermarkets. One of the most praised categories is anything with German roots. Chocolate, coffee, cookies, sausages, you name it. Aldi keeps the quality super consistent and true to the original taste because they have long-standing relationships with European suppliers. First-time buyers are usually shocked at how good they taste, especially when the price is often half of what imported versions cost elsewhere. Another huge winner is baby and kid products like diapers, wipes, and baby wash. Even though they're store brand, the quality is regularly compared to the famous name brands that cost nearly twice as much. That's why so many parents try them once and then keep coming back. They're safe for the kids and easy on the wallet. Frozen foods and quick meals are also fan favorites. Frozen pizzas, breaded chicken, and mozzarella sticks. People call them tasty, cheap, and convenient. Perfect for busy nights and still cheaper than takeout. And we can't forget Aldi's famous cheap wines. Some bottles cost half of what regular brands do, yet they've actually won awards in blind tastings. If you enjoy a glass without breaking the bank, these are absolute must-tries. 5. Aldi spices are basically McCormick leftovers. One of the biggest jaw-dropping secrets for Aldi regulars is that many of their spices come from the exact same place as McCormick, the famous and expensive spice brand everyone knows. It sounds too good to be true, but former employees and people who've seen the process say a large portion of Aldi spices are made from the extra high-quality batches produced for McCormick. That doesn't mean they're lower quality, far from it. You're getting the same great aroma, color, and strength as the premium brand, but at a fraction of the price. A jar of garlic powder, paprika, or oregano at Aldi is usually around $1, while the same size McCormick can easily run $5 to $7. Aldi can do this because they buy straight from the manufacturer, skip fancy advertising, and use simple packaging. No shiny labels, no big displays, just pure quality at the lowest cost. That's the Aldi way. People who've done side-by-side taste tests in cooking say the flavors are almost identical. Especially in grilled or slow-cooked dishes, you honestly can't tell the difference. That's why Aldi spices are a true must-buy for anyone who cooks regularly but still wants to save money. Comment 1 and like this video. I'll reveal something even more shocking later. 6. The golden shopping times. Whether you walk out with amazing deals at Aldi often comes down to exactly when you show up. Aldi doesn't advertise huge sales, but longtime shoppers know there are certain magic windows that make your cart way cheaper, and they're different from normal supermarket sales. Right at opening in the morning is prime time. Shelves have just been restocked from the previous night's delivery. Fresh meat, dairy, and produce that are getting close to their sell-by date often get quietly marked down. They're still perfectly good and safe, but priced lower to move fast. Smart shoppers arrive early just to grab these hidden discounts. Midweek, especially Wednesday mornings, is another golden moment. That's when most stores receive the new shipment of Aldi finds, the weekly special items. Cool kitchen gadgets, clothing, home goods, or sports gear hit the shelves that day. If you get there early, you can pick the exact size, color, or style you want before everything sells out in a few hours. The end of the day can also be great, especially for fresh items. Staff go through the store marking down anything that needs to clear out quickly. Many regulars call this the deal closing hour because you can score your favorites at surprise discounts. 7. The double guarantee policy. What really sets Aldi apart from every other supermarket is their double guarantee. Hands down the most generous return policy in retail. If you don't love something, Aldi doesn't just give your money back. They also give you a brand new replacement for free. Zero risk when trying their store brand products. This applies to almost all food items: spices, sauces, canned goods, snacks, frozen foods, you name it. If the taste, texture, or freshness isn't what you expected, just bring it back. No long explanations, no arguments, and many stores don't even ask for the receipt if the package is recognizable. For seniors or anyone who likes trying new things, this is an absolute safety net. You can confidently experiment with unfamiliar products because you know you'll never waste money if they're not right for you. It's also why so many people have switched to Aldi brands. They know satisfaction is 100% guaranteed. The funny thing? Even with such a generous policy, Very few people actually return items. Why? Because most Aldi products are genuinely good and consistent. Offering the double guarantee is Aldi's way of proving how confident they are in their own stuff. Thanks to this policy, Aldi gives customers real peace of mind, something not every supermarket manages to do. It's one of the big secrets behind why they have so many loyal fans year after year. 8. Use the free cardboard boxes instead of buying bags. One of the simplest money-saving tricks at Aldi that hardly anyone uses is grabbing the empty cardboard boxes scattered around the store instead of paying for bags. Because Aldi runs on a super low-cost model, employees don't take items out of the shipping boxes and put them neatly on shelves. They just leave products in the original boxes. Once those boxes are empty, staff usually stack them near the aisles or at the end of the rows for the next restock. For many shoppers, especially seniors, this is a game changer. The boxes are sturdy, have built-in handles, fit perfectly in the car trunk, and never rip halfway to the parking lot like thin paper bags. Some even come with lids, so fruit, meat, or anything delicate stays safe and doesn't roll around. Using the boxes saves you money and cuts down on waste. Every box you reuse is one less plastic or paper bag that ends up in the trash. That's why Aldi regulars almost never buy bags. They just look for a clean, solid box sitting by the shelves. Bonus tip most people miss. The boxes make unpacking at home lightning fast. You can have one box for pantry items, one for the fridge, one for the freezer, and one for fragile stuff. Carry them straight to the kitchen, and you're done in minutes. 9. How to ask the manager for an instant discount. Even people who've shopped at Aldi for years don't realize you can often get an extra discount right at the register. Just politely ask the manager. It sounds crazy, but Aldi gives store managers the power to mark down overstocked, near-date, or soon-to-be discontinued items on the spot. Look for products that seem to have been sitting forever or have only a few left. Cereal, packaged bread, frozen items, or seasonal non-food stuff are usually the easiest targets. Take it to the register and nicely say something like, "This looks like it might be getting replaced soon. Any chance for a quick discount?" That's it. Managers are usually happy to do it because it clears shelf space fast. Regulars report getting dollars off, sometimes huge cuts, especially on items about to leave the shelves for good. No arguing, no long story needed. Just ask at the right moment with a smile. 10. Always check the digital weekly ad, not the printed one. Lots of shoppers still grab the paper flyer at the entrance to see what's on sale, but the printed version is actually the short version. If you want the real, deepest deals, go to the Aldi website or app. That's where every single offer is listed, including ones that never make it to paper. Prices and promotions can vary by region, and stores sometimes adjust prices mid-week based on stock levels. The paper flyer can't keep up, but the digital ad updates in real time. Just enter your zip code, and you'll see the exact prices at your local store. Even better, the app and website often show hidden online-only deals, special new items, or limited-time clearances that Aldi doesn't want to print because they'd sell out too fast. Skip the paper, and you'll never miss those again. The digital ad also lets you build a shopping list with a couple of taps. Walk in with the list open, and you'll fly through the store. It's super helpful for anyone who wants to get in and out quickly. 11. The Aldi Employee Reddit Forum. Your secret insider source. Want to know what Aldi workers really think about the products they sell every day? There's an unofficial Reddit community where current and former Aldi employees from all over share everything customers never hear. It's not an official page, but it's gold. Employees post which items are flying off the shelves, which new Aldi finds are actually worth grabbing, and which ones to skip. They reveal exact markdown times, how the store rotates stock, and little signs that something is about to be discounted. They also give honest quality reports. If a certain batch has issues, employees usually spot it first and will warn the community. On the flip side, they'll shout out the hidden gems that taste better than name brands. Because they aren't bound by strict corporate rules, the info is super real and casual. You'll find behind-the-scenes stories, how decisions are made, and even the tricks employees themselves use to shop cheaper at their own store. If you want the ultimate Aldi insider edge, that subreddit is it. 12. Skip personal care and hygiene products at Aldi. Aldi is famous for rock-bottom prices and solid quality on most things, but not every aisle is a winner. The one section regular shoppers almost always tell you to avoid is personal care and hygiene items. It's not that the products are unusable, they just aren't the best deal compared to drugstores or other supermarkets. Things like toothpaste, shampoo, body wash, and toilet paper have very limited choices at Aldi. Since personal care isn't their focus, they can't get the same rock-bottom wholesale prices that big drugstore chains get. As a result, the shelf price is often the same or even higher than what you'd pay somewhere else during a normal sale. Quality can also be hit or miss. Some shampoos and body washes smell nice but don't clean or moisturize very well. Toilet paper gets the most complaints. Softness and strength vary a lot from batch to batch. When it's something you use every single day, that inconsistency gets annoying fast, and you usually end up spending extra to buy better stuff elsewhere. 13. How to get a cart when you don't have a quarter. Nothing confuses new Aldi shoppers more than the cart system that requires a quarter to unlock. It's easy to forget your wallet, run out of change, or simply not have a single coin on you. Luckily, longtime shoppers have a few foolproof tricks to get a cart anyway. The easiest one, just ask an employee. Most stores keep a handful of spare quarters or plastic tokens at the register for exactly this situation. Tell them you forgot change, and they'll happily hand you one to borrow. When you return the cart, you give the quarter back. No charge, no hassle. Another popular hack is to use anything the same size and shape as a quarter. A thin metal key fob, a flat store loyalty tag, or even certain foreign coins work perfectly. Just slide it into the slot, pull the chain, and you're good to go. Aldi is one of the cheapest places to shop, but the real savings only come when you know these little insider tips. From catching the secret markdown hours, asking managers for instant discounts, grabbing free boxes, or knowing which aisles to skip, every trick adds up. Use them, and you'll spend noticeably less while still eating and living just as well. Did this video help you? Subscribe and help us reach 1,000 subscribers.